We wanted to report back to you after being in our BNB business now for 30 days, because it's very important that I point this out. A lot of what we talk about on this channel are businesses that I have already done or businesses I'm currently doing. This is a new one that we started up 30 days ago, and I wanted to report back to you about our real findings that we experienced. This is not me reporting on somebody else's experience, somebody else's findings, but our own findings being in the BNB business in the first 30 days. So if you're sitting out there and you're thinking, okay, maybe I want to do the BNB business, and you've done your homework, you looked at your area, you look to see if there's any gaps in the BNB market that are in your area that maybe that you could fill. You investigate your area, you look for those gaps, you determine the needs, and you work on filling the needs. And you have to realize, number one, that you're making a commitment to be in business, because you can't just set this out there and hope for the money to come rolling in and not experience problems or situations, things that you have to, in a quick manner, very fast manner, take care of. And that's what we've experienced. This is a business. So getting into it in the first 30 days, we ran into a few problems that we had to fix. And you have to fix these things and respond quickly in order to get great reviews. And we've done that, and we've gotten great reviews. So one of the first things that I got called out for, and I've got Rachel with me. Rachel, what was one of the first things that I got called out for?
A plumbing issue. So we got a complaint that the master bath in one of the suites, that the water was not getting hot. So we sent David out, he adjusted the hot water heater. That turns out that wasn't the issue, so he ended up fixing the shower handle and then went back and had to turn the hot water heater back down.
Yeah, so it was a couple of trips out, you know, and you think, okay, maybe the problem's this, make that adjustment, then the next day you find out, nope, that wasn't it. So you go back out, find the real problem, and make those adjustments and move on. We also had an electrical outlet problem, right?
Yeah, so we also got a complaint that the same bathroom, that the master bathroom outlet was not working. So we contacted our contractor and he came and got that taken care of for us.
The other thing that we ran into were miscellaneous items that we just didn't have, and we tried our best to get the kitchen full of all the necessary items that you would need if somebody wanted to come in and cook. But one of the very simple ones we forgot. What was that, Rachel?
A can opener.
Yeah.
So we had a guest that reached out and asked where a can opener was, and we realized that we didn't have one. So she was super kind. She left us a little list of things that she realized that we maybe would need in the future. And so we've since purchased all those items, and it's now stocked in the kitchen. But yeah, it's just a few little things that you just kind of leave off your list and you realize you need them after a guest realizes they don't have them.
Yeah, and then we ran into a few tech problems. So after a period of time, just a few days being up, the calendars from one site to the next site got unlinked. So what'd you do with that, Rachel?
Yeah, so that's super important. I've been checking those religiously just to make sure that they are staying synced. But basically, you just have to go in and import and export these calendars from each of the sites. You do that so that you don't double book. So basically, you get a notification that they're no longer syncing. You have to go in, fix that problem so that when one person books on one website, it blocks off the other.
Yeah, and then we have electronic doors, which I would suggest for everybody to have that. We use the Yale door locks and we send out codes. What's one of the things that we found out when we send out a code to a guest?
So originally I was sending them via text message. Basically you go in through the lock system, it sends you a code. I was sending those codes through the text messages to our guests. I've since discovered that it actually is easier and better for them if I send it through the messenger on the website versus doing it a text message. Text messages, they were just kind of getting lost in the shuffle, and then we were having them send us a message that they didn't have a code to get in. So I've been sending them just through the website, whether it's Booking, Vrbo, or Airbnb, straight on their messenger site. That way they know where to find that code.
Yeah, so that works. We also ran into, on a new setup, one site that we had a payment error set up. So tell us about that, Rachel.
Yeah, so with Vrbo and Airbnb, it's super easy. You just go in, put your bank account information in, and they handle all the payments. Booking.com is a little bit different. Basically, you have to verify that you are like a real property, and you do that by having several reservations and bookings and stays before they will take over handling the payment. So we did not know that at first, so we made some other arrangements. We used Venmo, and then also just were able to run credit cards for our guests that Booking.com did not take care of the payments for. Since then, they're now carrying the burden of taking care of the payment. So that is resolved.
Yeah, so we had to set up a workaround temporarily, and so far that's working well. And then the next person that's coming in, it'll charge their credit card like it should.
Correct.
The other thing we found out is that guests don't read instructions, right?
Yes.
So what were some of the situations we ran into when guests didn't read the instructions that were on site?
We've had just a few little things. We've had several people ask for the Wi-Fi password. It is written on a piece of paper in a picture frame in the living room, so it is there. It's just they just look over it, so we just have to be readily available to answer that message when they need the Wi-Fi password. We've also had a couple questions, asking where the extra bedding is for like the pull-out couches. That's also written in there, like check-in instructions, but same thing, we just have to be able to answer them quickly when they need those types of questions answered.
Yeah, so guests come in and you're dealing with the public, and you have to realize there's a few things that come up. If you've not dealt with the public before, you're going to get questions that you may say, well, this is kind of a stupid question, but really it isn't. And if you get frustrated and you answer them that way, your ratings are going to go down, and you're going to have people that are not happy. So no matter what the question is, like, hey, what's the password to the Wi-Fi? And even though it's written right there, you have to calmly answer them and go on. Then that makes them very, very happy. Again, dealing with the public. We've had some things that we've had to experience in the first 30 days that were things that you don't want to deal with, but you do. The very first night, what happened, Rachel?
The very first night we got a message from a guest. They had a little bit too much to drink and fell into a door. They broke the door. So they were very polite. They sent us a message. They let us know. So basically we just had to replace the door. So you have to get an invoice from a contractor. Contractor has to come out. We have to fix the door. You had to fill out several forms for Airbnb's coverage. It's called Air Cover. So basically you fill out a form, send in pictures, all proof of the damage, and then they are able to take care of reimbursing us for that payment.
Also, we've had a few things get stolen, and depending on what it is, you don't recognize that right away. So it was about a week later, we realized that a little decorative tray that was sitting on the coffee table was missing. It was stolen, actually, and it was past the point that we could really do anything about it. Again, you're dealing with the public. You're going to run into every situation that you can imagine. When you're dealing with people and you're answering questions, just use common sense about it. Be patient and use common sense and help them out. And in the end, it will result in a great rating for you. Hope you're enjoying the show. If you're in business, you don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. You don't know what next week or even the rest of this year is going to bring. It's always a surprise, isn't it? Well, I put together a free masterclass because if you're concerned about your business or you just want to improve your business, this free masterclass is entitled 3 Powerful Ways to Recession-Proof Your Business and Thrive in Any Economy. Because it doesn't matter what the economy does. It just seems like there are businesses out there that no matter what, they do great. Well, there's a reason for that. I've been doing this. I've been an entrepreneur for 35 years. Multiple businesses, multiple areas of business, thousands of employees, millions of dollars, all the stuff you hear from all the other people. I've really done it. I've really been in those businesses, running those businesses and operating them. I want to invite you to the free masterclass. All you have to do is go to www.americanbusinessheroes.com/masterclass and sign up there. Again, it's free. It's going to be fun. Business can be fun, and I've tried to make it that way, and I think I've been pretty successful making it fun over the 35 years. Again, americanbusinessheroes.com/masterclass. It's free. We'll see ya. So when you're doing a B&B, actually before you get into it very much, you need to make a decision. And that decision is, are you going to do it yourself? In other words, are you going to do all the cleaning, all the laundry? Are you going to answer all the questions? Are you going to do it all yourself, or are you going to do it with teams? Now, here's what you need to think about. How busy are you? If you're not busy and you can do it yourself, obviously you're going to make more money than dealing with the team. But if you have another job, you have other businesses, maybe you have to set up the teams to come in. Tell us a little bit about the teams that we have set up, Rachel.
Yeah, so we have a great team. We have a cleaning team, so they come in after every single guest checks out. They do a flip, so that includes doing all the cleaning. They remake all the beds, change out all the linens. We also have a laundry team, so our cleaning team takes our used linens to the launder, so there they clean them, fold them back up, we pick them back up, and it's just kind of like a revolving door. So as new ones are being, as our new ones are coming in, they're being cleaned, our other ones are going out, and we just keep rotating so that there's always new, fresh linens for people as they check in.
Yeah, and it's worked out great for us. We have a lot of other things that we're doing at the same time, so it was important for us to set up those teams. Now, also in the first 30 days, we've realized a little bit more about our market, and we've realized a little bit more about what people like about our particular B&B setup. When we were looking at this, we noticed that there are a lot of older homes, older cabins, and things like that in our competitive market area. So we thought, let's go in and do a full remodel on this house, this duplex, and have it completely modern, completely new. And we have seen that the guests really appreciate the newness. What are some of the other things that they're appreciating about our location, Rachel?
We've had a ton of compliments on just our outdoor space. So we have a gazebo, we have a table, chairs, and a little bench under there so people can go and sit, they can eat dinner, drink their morning coffee. We also have a fire pit with some chairs around it. So same thing, they can get outside, they don't have to be inside the entire time, they have a comfortable place to hang out. Then we also have our walking trail that leads to the Licking River. There's a picnic table down there. So there's just several outdoor spaces that they can, get out of the house and enjoy.
Yeah, they like the cleanliness, they like the newness, and they really like the fact that we answer questions quickly. And the more successful that you are, have to keep in mind the better that your teams need to be, because you're flipping these places in a shorter amount of time. All right, again, the big message to you guys, if you're thinking about B&B, is to remember, this is a business. You can't just sit back and let the money roll in. There are expenses that come up that maybe you don't realize. There are unexpected situations that come up that you have to handle. The public hears about your bookings, and I've gotten a lot of people ask me, well, how's it going? And I say, it's going great. We have both places booked a lot of the times, and it's going fantastic. So they think, oh, well, it must be all, just wonderful. And it is, it's wonderful, but it's a business. The public doesn't know about the expenses. They don't know about the problems that you run into. And you have to respond sometimes when you don't want to respond. When you're busy with something, you'll get a question. It's one of the, I guess, Murphy's laws, that you get an email, you get a text, somebody has a problem. And it's right when you've sat down to watch a TV show or be with your family or something like that. And you just have to realize that it's a business and you have to run it like a business.